a dying man's gut. The frost is a-steaming in a deep crimson cut. Eskild lies flat with his back in the clay, counting the clouds of a grey hollow day. The screaming is quiet, the steel has gone cold. Just one more disaster that's yet to be told. A boy to his left holds his guts in his hands, praying to Odin for gold-shining lands. But Odin is busy, he's not logging names of idiots dying in mud and in flames. You should have gone right when the shield wall did break. Now death is the only old thing you will take. We only live once, so let's do it right. In the mud of the morning or the fire of night, tighten your grip and don't look at the dead. There's a debt to be collected and blood to be shed. The ghost of the river, the survivor of mud, writing his saga in Frankia's blood. His knuckles are split and his ribs are a wreck from a Saxon iron helmet that struck at his neck. A gash in his thigh where the six blade did bite, deep enough truly to ruin the night. But his eyes are both working and looking for steel, while the crows of Northumbria circle for a meal. A raven lands hard on a Saxon dead chest with a hollow old clunk as it looks for its rest. It peers at our Eskild with small brilliant eyes, waiting for history to swallow his cries. Not yet, you feathered old shit, Eskild sneers through the gravelly filter of 3 years of fears. We only live once, so let's do it right. In the mud of the morning or the fire of night, tighten your grip and don't look at the dead. There's a debt to be collected and blood to be shed. The ghost of the river, the survivor of mud, writing his saga in Frankia's blood. Both his palms in the cold greasy slime and forces his body to stand one more time. His lower back cracks like a splintering shield as he rises alone on the butchering field, using a spear half to steady his stride, ignoring the protest of ribs in his side. He finds Sorrow-Biter beneath a dead face, a sword that's notched in a total disgrace. He wipes off the fat and the drying old red on the wool of a Saxon who's already dead. The blade is chipped, but the weight is still good to carve out a path through the bone and the wood. We only live once, so let's do it right. In the mud of the morning or the fire of night, tighten your grip and don't look at the dead. There's a debt to be collected and blood to be shed. The ghost of the river, the survivor of mud, writing his saga in Frankia's blood. A barrel-shaped scavenger moves through the fog with a one-eared face like a mangy old dog. He spots a lone Viking and raises a knife, thinking that silver is worth more than life. He's walking with loose-limbed and coward's own pride, searching for boots while the soldiers have died. Come on, you greasy old cunt, Eskild snarls through the bitter old filter of northern town pals. I've killed 7 men in the mud of today. 3 more isn't much to be standing in my way. Fear is a currency Eskild can spend to bring a dishonest old man to his end. The scavenger stops and he looks at the eyes of a man who has heard all the old man's lies. Eskild is standing when he should have been down, the hardest old bastard in Northumbria town, spitting the copper taste out in the dirt, finding a rhythm in the middle of hurt. Here he remembers remembers the voice of a mean-spirited man who died of a fever according to plan. A leathery bastard who smelled of sour mead, but left him a mancha for every old deed. Live once, do it right, the old ghost always said, while shivering and sweating in his warm, dying bed. We only live once, so let's do it right. In the mud of the morning or the fire of night, tighten your grip and don't look at the dead. There's a debt to be collected and blood to be shed. The ghost of the river, the survivor of mud, writing his saga in Frankia's blood. He'll find who it was that had sold out the crew, who counted the silver for the betrayal they brew. He's heading for Paris, he's heading for Seine, to wash off the mud in the Northumbrian rain. He's not a hero, just a man who survived to finish the story that the traitors contrived. So step in the mud and then join in the line. The ghost of the city's drinking the wine. The field is behind and the river ahead, with a notched iron blade and a heart made of lead. The saga is written in rotten and wood. He's doing it right, like the old bastard should.